So we're going to do a wall sequence, and you're going to set up with a bolster on the wall on top of a blanket so that you've got a lot of nice support for your knees and whatever else you might need the support for. Also the foot, it feels really nice to have a bolster on the foot. So for this one you might use blocks. You're basically going to find all fours and then fit your right knee right next to the bolster. So basically we're setting up for half virasana on the wall, and then step the right foot forward. Now if you need the blocks higher, you're more than welcome to bring them a little bit higher. Then organize yourself, find a triangle, butt bone, pubic bone, hip bone, tailbone, and then lunge forward and back. Now I'm gonna move the blocks out of the way for this. It'll give me a better fit in my knee and my armpit, and then I can come out of the back more easily. You can make a personal choice there for sure. Just remember, make sure that the choices that you make are serving your practice, and from time to time check in on what that means. So you're going to go back, you're going to move your butt back towards the wall, press into the right foot, and then lift up and bring your fingertips to the wall if you can. And you might feel a lot going on in the front of your hip flexor area. Think of fitting your butt bone right to the inner heel so it's a nice virasana, and you can add a little length to the right leg. And then, if you can, keep the fingertips on the wall, rebend the right knee, and even lift the right heel. And I'm actively pressing the left foot into the bolster there. And I'm actively trying to bring my left hip around just a little bit, and then trying to bend into that right knee a little more, and then make it a little rounder. From here, we're going to lower the right heel, bring the hands to the ground. You're going to turn your right toes out to the right, or 2 o'clock, and bring your left hand out to the left. And we'll take our Kapotasana variation. So right knee to right hand, and let that turn you to the left. You can tense your left fingers here. You can lower the forearm to the ground. Think the knee fits into the hand and gives you nice leverage. I'm still pressing the foot actively into the bolster there. And think your left outer hip goes out to its own side just a little bit. And you might take your right arm up and over your head. And you can take your right hand to your left hand. So you're on your forearms and both of them are facing to the left. Your right foot is facing to the right. See if you can find your triangles here. Butt bone, pubis, hip bone, tailbone. And see if that opens up some space in the pelvis. And then pubic bone, navel, sternum all go out to 10 o'clock. We'll go ahead and straighten the arms. To come out of this shape, you're going to bring your right shin to the ground just like that. That's kind of the easiest way. And then bring your left knee to meet your right. And you'll go ahead and move your bolster so it's in the right spot for your right leg. And we'll start in the same way. Get your blocks if you need that extra elevation. Bring your right knee. I think the right knee is almost going to the bolster so that you're not so much. Right now I'm really not on my kneecap. Right, or if I am, I'm on the top of the kneecap. And then use the hands in the blocks to step that left foot forward. I think the right leg is half virasana. You can move back and forth there a little bit, creating some space. You can still use your blocks. And then we'll go ahead and bring the butt bone to the heel. Bring the fingertips to the wall. Start to add some length to that left leg. I don't want to step that left leg too far forward, because then when I lunge, I might not lunge far enough forward. But you can play and kind of see where you go and where you don't go, and try to find the space between. And then we're going to lunge forward. See, it's a little harder if you step that foot out in front of you to bring the foot back. But I'm going to bring it back a little bit, and then lift the left heel and press into the right foot, and move my right hip to its own side. So, trying to find all these little things. You can even bring the weight a little into the ball of the left foot to move the left butt to its own side. Bring the weight into the pinky toe of the right foot to move the right butt to its own side. Because remember, we're on the top of the right foot and the sole of the left foot. So the way we play the feet is a little bit differently. Go ahead and take your hands to the ground. And you're going to take your hands out to 2 and 10. Turn your left toes out. Take your right hand out to the right. Move your left hand to your left knee. Let the left knee turn you. You can play with the tented fingers, the palm on the ground, or the forearm to the ground. Think that there's a piece of you going out to the left, to the right. Think there's a piece of you in the back going out to the left and to the right. Maybe even frame left butt, right shoulder, right butt, left shoulder. See if that gives you any information. You can take your left arm up and over your head. And feel like you're finding the roundness in the shape. Maybe the left forearm can find the ground. Keep a lot of activity in your right foot so your anchor is substantiating you. And then straighten the arms. Come out of it. Left shin to the ground, right shin to the ground. Have a seat.